Hi, I'm Nicole Rollander, Stitch's editor and director of education for ASI. We're here in Las Vegas at the Holiday and Incentive Expo, and I'm here again with David Blaise, who's the author of Top Secrets for Promotional Product Sales. So, David, you just finished up a really dynamic session about how distributors can learn what's inside the minds of advertising specialty clients. One thing that really stood out was how you train your customer service team to deal with customer problems and complaints. Can you explain that to our audience?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that's important to do when you're dealing with a customer complaint is the first thing you want to do is match their intensity. Because if somebody calls and they're like, wow, I'm all upset, and you go like, yeah, okay, that doesn't work. So you want to match your intensity first. Second thing you want to do is you want to say you're sorry. You want to at least let them know that you're sorry that there's a problem. So the way that you do that is simply by using those words. And you're not having to say, I'm sorry, I totally messed this up, but you're just basically saying, oh, I'm sorry to hear there's a problem. Another thing you want to do is to position it as unusual. You don't want them to feel like there's a mistake, and that kind of thing usually happens. So you want to sort of take the mistake or whatever, and you want to position it as out there somewhere. And then you also want to take ownership of the problem. So the way that this would happen in a conversation is you're talking to a prospect, and they say, hey, there's a problem with my order. You match the intensity, and you say, oh, there's a problem with your order. I'm sorry to hear that. That's very unusual. What's the problem? And then they tell you what the problem is. You say, okay, let me take care of that. I'll give you a call back within the next half hour, and I'll let you know what's going on. And then you call them back in 20 minutes to let them know that you're actually going to do what you say you're going to do.
And I really like that part, how you always call them back before you say that you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Because here's the thing. You might not always get every order, right? If the order is not going to be delivered on time, you still need to salvage that relationship. Now, what happens if you say, I'm going to call you back in half an hour, and then you don't call them back until 45 minutes later? In their minds, they're going to say, you know what? You didn't do what you said you're going to do. I'll bet this is your fault. But if it goes the other way, if you say, I'm going to call back in half an hour, and you call back in 20 minutes, they say, you know what? She did what she said she was going to do. I'll bet this wasn't her fault, and you have a chance at future business.
Right. And the other thing I wanted to ask you, you were talking about some of the things that advertising specialty clients are actually thinking. So could you give us one of the top one or two?
Yeah, well, my favorite is I want you to think for me so I don't have to. If you realize it, you really think about it. Promotional products clients, advertising specialty clients spend very little time thinking about buying promotions. If I'm a marketing director, I'm thinking about how to market my business. If I'm a business owner, I'm thinking about how to bring in more customers or how to operate the business better. I'm not necessarily thinking about the mugs I have to buy for a trade show that's coming up. So, but thinking for me means since we're involved in this industry, we understand what promotional items can do for them. We need to be able to explain that to them clearly so that they can get the full benefit of our knowledge. That's one of the most important ones right there.
Well, this was a great session, David, so we'll catch up with you again soon.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot for watching. This is ASI TV.